Okay, this is Johnny Boy Boxing at FightHype. I'm here with Wally Moses. How you doing, man?
All right, how about yourself?
Okay, I'm good.
Everybody else out there?
We're here in Atlantic City. You training Jaron Moses for this fight. What do you think about his opponent and how tough is this going to be, this fight?
Well, his opponent, I haven't seen him. I saw him yesterday inside of the fitness center, and what I seen from him, the little bit I seen from him, looked like he's a formidable opponent, I guess, but other than that, I haven't seen too much on him.
Now, Zaqueen is one of the hottest prospects out there. I know that he beat Kermo Moulton when they were younger. Do you see them clashing later in the future sometime?
Oh yes, that'll be a big fight there, but I don't think Zaqueen in the future may be in his weight class. He may be looking like a Manny more like fighting Kamel down the future. Manuel Chance, he just turned pro too as well, so they look like a matchup down the future per se, rather than Zaqueen.
Yeah, definitely. How excited are you about having Zaqueen fight on the undercard of Boots and Stanionis for the unification?
Say that again?
How excited are you about Zaqueen fighting on the undercard of Boots and Stanionis?
Oh man, I'm grateful, man, and the way Matchroom has been giving him an opportunity, I'm grateful for that too. And I think this will give him a big platform to really showcase his skills tonight. Everybody's seen a bit of him. I think tonight he'll have an opportunity to show his boxing skills, his power, and a lot of his ring generalship.
Now, I know that Zaqueen, his skill has been developing, and sparring his cousin Shakur Stevenson, your grandson. How do you feel about him leveling up and getting that experience with Shakur? Is that really helping him get to the next level?
Well, yes. I love it, because him being in the gym, his maturization is coming so fast now, much faster than we anticipated. And I think if he continues to grow, and as far as the boxing knowledge and whatnot, and continue to get better with his work ethic, I think he's going to be a formidable pro.
Definitely. Well, we wish
Zaqueen. In fact, I think he'll be in contention for a title soon.
Absolutely. Well, we wish Zaqueen the best of luck, and we wish Zaqueen the best of luck in the future. And then, speaking of Shakur Stevenson, how's the hands? Did he get the surgery? How's that working out? I think we should walk. We're gonna walk over here. All right. We'll talk more. We'll talk over here. All right. I'll walk over here. Yeah. Time. Yeah, can you hear me? Right? Same or? Yeah. Okay, now speaking about Shakur Stevenson, Shakur's hands, how's the hands doing, and will we see that fight? There's rumors that him and Tank are going to fight in November. Is there any truth to that? Well, how's it working out with Turki and everything?
No, we haven't. That's the first I heard of that. But in terms of his hands, he's been really diligently working on the development, the heel, the tendons in his hand, you know what I'm saying? I think they've been strengthening, and I think this time, next thing when you see him in the ring, all the hand problems will be gone, and you'll see the knockout start to rack up once again.
Definitely. Now, I saw that Shakur spoke about going to the same doctor that Floyd Mayweather went to, and he said he was going to call Floyd and get some advice from him. Any details on that?
Well, we went back to some old stuff from the old days, and actually going to start punching like the old days, turning them fists over, but we injured a real delicate part of our hands, down under the knuckles and the tendons, and so we don't want to repeat that. And from him constantly being in a bag when he was in each training camp, it really hampered the injury and made it worse and worse and worse. Even though we fought with it like that 7 times, and it didn't work out for us in terms of the performance that we wanted to have inside the ring. So I think he learned his lesson, and what he's going to do now is actually make sure his hands are healed before he come back.
Okay.
That'll be the biggest difference. And you'll see that, like I said, you'll see the knockouts rack up once again.
Okay, definitely. So if he comes in 100% healthy, what are the issues with him and Turki and the Tower Boys and Oscar De La Hoya, him going back and forth with Zepeda? He was putting on Twitter, former X, talking about you know, Turki Alalshikh and not wanting to pay the same amount of money that they agreed to. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, as a fighter, you know this is a business, and you know the one thing that you always want to maintain is your integrity and your word. So you know, if fighters offer something and said they want to get something, they're fighters.
Yeah.
So you know they're gonna fight, you know, and they're gonna fight for what they want and what they deserve to get, and not do it for any other reason. Because you know you just don't push fighters over like that. You know, none of them gonna accept it. You know, not nobody real fighter who know their value. You know what I'm saying? And if you know your word is your bond, so when we look at that, if she was supposed to give him something, I think that's what it would be worked out. I think it will happen.
Well, definitely, man. Wally, we thank you for your time. We appreciate you, and we'll catch you at FightHype.
I appreciate
That's
you,
it, man.